Hello, this is week 3 update. My name is Glow. Welcome to my video. I set out resolutions and habits for this year, and I'm updating every week on Saturdays. It is like I'm so late in filming this and checking in. I'm like, but before I go to bed, I have to do it. I promised myself. So it's super informal and last minute. But I have my document pulled up as far as me kind of writing down and being really specific. So I wanted to go through it and just kind of check in with how it's going. I have some stats as well that I'll share as I'm going through it. So meditation, meditating 5 minutes twice daily. I've been meditating once daily. I have not been able to do that second time, so I'm really like, do I want to let it go? I mean, it's only the beginning of the year, right? But I'm feeling like I have barely made a dent in that. It's just been in the morning, and you know, in my note it says right after waking up and right before going to sleep. It's like I part of my routine is reading and writing before I go to bed. So where is the meditation supposed to fit in as far as that? You know, I don't know if it's sort of because I write my meaningful moments in bed. And I've thought, oh, like I can just meditate before I go to sleep, right? But it's like, I don't think it works like that for me. I think I have to be in a seated position to feel grounded and to feel like I'm meditating. And I've tried, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just meditate when I'm in bed right before, but it doesn't work out that way. So I think what I'll do, so right after waking up, I've been pretty, like if I do meditate, it's been pretty consistent for the most part. So out of 7 days in the past week, I've meditated 4 out of the 7 times. And then the other times, the other 3 days where I didn't, like today for instance, I didn't because I had something to get to. I wonder if I just didn't either record it or I just, because I was like, oh, I needed to like jump straight to the next activity, right? There wasn't enough time in the morning to like ease into the day. So probably just waking up earlier, budgeting more time in the morning to have those, like, it's just 5 minutes, right? So right after waking up and then right before going to sleep. And I think I'm going to try to be more specific. Right before going to sleep, before I write my meaningful moments, and I think before I hop into bed. I'm going to try that. Oh my gosh, the video is shaking. And I think I'm gonna really, like, you know, I set these habits, and it's like, how can I just like throw it out if I haven't even like actually attempted it? I think the only other time that I've actually been able to meditate successfully the second time is usually, you know, at the end of the workout, I'll meditate, or even before a workout, I'll meditate. So that could be a thought, but I'm gonna really try doing it before I go to bed. Maybe I could incorporate some sort of stretching routine, maybe like a 5-minute stretching routine. I'm trying to add more stuff when I can't even do them all. We'll see. Okay, so that's the meditation. So 4 out of 7. So I might even create a new metric of where so that's my meditation AM. I could do a meditation PM as well. And like, I don't know, I'll have to, like, that is my calendar where I've been recording, right? But now I have, that's the raw data. But then now I need to create an Excel sheet with like all of this data of like, okay, like the week number 3, like 4 out of 7 for morning meditation, you know? We'll see. Okay, next one, writing up the stream of consciousness. So I have in here, write 1 page of stream of consciousness by hand daily for 15 minutes before lunch. And I did it 3 out of the 7 days. You know, I even, which is like less than half, right? But it's still a few of the days, and I don't know that it's like, oh yeah, that day was so much better, or like I thought more clearly. But there's a sense of, if a feeling of like, as I'm writing, I'm like, oh yeah, this feels so great to get it on paper. And actually a couple of them were like, oh, I had a dream, or I had dreams, and then I was like writing them. So the stream of consciousness was sort of like my dream diary in a way. So that was really interesting. So there is a time limit. I put 15 minutes, and I think for me, I've just been counting that if I even spend, like, I don't know, even, I just write whatever I can, even 5-10 minutes, I almost consider that like I'm doing something. So it's really not about, originally I had put write 1 page. I kind of like the time metric more than the page, honestly. So I might even, I might shorten it from 15 to 10 minutes. And then I put before lunch, right? I don't know, right? Also, I write stream of consciousness by hand daily for at least 10 minutes. That's what I'm gonna do. But so why wasn't I able to do it on the other days? I think it's sort of similar to the meditation, not having enough time in the morning for my routine. So probably waking up earlier to a lot more time. And after I meditate, I'll flow into yoga. So then after yoga, I'm ready to do something else. I'm not necessarily wanting to write at that moment, but that's the whole thing, creating a routine, perhaps. So, I wonder if I wrote the stream of consciousness first and then meditated, what that would look like. I wonder, I could play around with that. Maybe I'll try that before meditation, because my meditation practice is stronger than my writing the stream of consciousness. So if I can anchor it before, I could try that. Let's try that. We'll see. We'll play around with this. Okay. The other 2 metrics that I'll share for now is sleep, right? So sleep is my most important, like the most impactful habit that I'm cultivating this year when I thought about like all of my habits. And so it's sleep by 11 p.m. and sleep for 8 hours a night. 2 out of the 7 nights I slept by 11, but all the other nights, nope. And I would average like going to bed anywhere from midnight, 12:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. And it's interesting because I don't need to go to bed at 1, right? I can go to bed earlier. I think it's just part of the discipline of just getting to sleep. And I found myself this past week, I didn't finish all the things that I set out to finish, right? And so I'd be on the computer like working on my tasks that I wanted until 11 p.m. Or it might be 9, and that's kind of the time, 9 p.m. Well, if I want to go to bed by 11, it would be nice to start winding down anywhere from 9 to 10. But there's this sense of oh, I need to finish this. I need to actually get some tasks done for this day to feel fulfilled or productive. And so then that's what keeps me going, working till 11. And then I pushes back my wind down and my sleep routine until 1 sometimes. So maybe, perhaps, being more, maybe once I'm at that point, when it is 9 o'clock, being okay with just I think it's just being okay with not getting everything done. That you set out to do for that day. And I could do it tomorrow. I think that's a hard one to that's kind of a hard one because I want to finish the thing. Like I want to check off the things in the box. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing. If I can be more productive or do more stuff earlier. And then I think it goes back to if you wake up earlier, then you might get more stuff done. I don't know. But I think this next week, I'm gonna really prioritize going to bed by 11 because I think my routine was if I went to bed late at 1 o'clock, right, then the next day I would probably get less than 8 hours and then I would feel pretty tired. And then by the end of the day, some of those days I'd be so tired where it really pushed me to go to bed a lot earlier. So just 2 nights I went to bed at 10:30, which was incredible, and I felt so well rested the next day, right? Yeah, but consistency is the biggest thing. Well rested, feel good in the mind, body, and soul. And I have this exception of like, but only 2 times a week and not before work day that I can go to bed after, and I put a cap at midnight. But clearly I've been going to bed after midnight as well, so somehow enforcing that a little bit more, I'd say. So, and then the other one, sleeping 8 hours a night, I would say 4 out of the 7 days I did that. It's not bad, it's more than half. And in my notes I have start wind down at 10:30 p.m. daily, fall asleep by 11 p.m. daily. I think the wind down really needs to be 10:15 p.m. I think realistically it needs to be earlier. It takes me a while to wind down. Like reading will take 15 minutes. The writing the meaningful moments takes 15 minutes. And then if I'm really wanting to incorporate the meditation and then this new stretching thing, that will take about 10 minutes. So also setting an earlier wind down time will create some wiggle room. I really gotta honor that. Yeah, maybe, I'm gonna set an alarm on my phone to go off. Ooh, I can set 2 alarms. I can set a 15-minute warning alarm. Yeah, that'll be great. Warning alarm before actual alarm. And then the alarm that I'm setting, set alarm to get ready for bed. That's what it'll be called. I'm gonna do it right after I finish recording this video. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, and then yeah, I think that makes sense. I think really honoring if sleep is really truly that important, my actions need to speak more and express that. Because this past week isn't. Like less than half the days I was able to go to bed by 11, and more than half I slept 8 hours, but the quality of those 8 hours weren't the same because I went to bed at 1 a.m. Like I felt it. Yeah, I felt it. Okay. All right, and then the last one I'll share for right now, perhaps as this video gets longer and longer, is the abundant mindset. So 6 out of the 7 days I did this, which was like, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't, like, as I was going through my week and like tracking it, it's not until at the end of the week I count up, right, all the days, and I'm like, wow, that's really good. And I actually recorded it, so it tells you that I really did that. And it really is just throughout the day, am I cultivating a sense of abundance? Am I going through the days feeling fullness and gratitude rather than scarcity? And I found myself feeling that, and feeling abundance of time and abundance of like opportunity, abundance of, you know, support, and abundance of all the things, right? And so I feel pretty good about that. Granted, it's not like every waking moment, but there's some, like, I know that I'm not in the scarcity mindset, so then it's sort of like leaning towards the opposite direction. And there are definitely moments where I cultivate that. So I feel good about that. And I'm, you know, something I can look at is like, well, why was I so successful with that habit, whereas the other one's not so much? And I think the abundant mindset one is so successful because it doesn't require very much action. It's just in my mind, and just like, it's almost instantaneous. Whereas to go to sleep by 11 requires a whole orchestra of action, of like turning off the laptop, stopping an activity, getting my backpack ready, you know, putting the things away. And it's like, if I shift it into thinking, well, it's just like the abundant mindset, then I probably can do it just as easily. Because if I'm like at my computer, like trying to do stuff, and I'm like, I need to be productive, right? And if I think sleep is important, right? And this is gonna help with my abundant mindset, and that I don't have to keep working, right, to feel productive and to feel like a sense of worth, I guess, you know, then it can be instantaneous, perhaps. I think it just takes maybe some practice, maybe. I don't even know if it's discipline that I need. It's maybe just cultivating that practice and creating the habit. Yeah, just the routine. So I think I'm gonna lean into that, because the abundant mindset has been so consistent. I'll lean into that this next week. Let's see. I put continuous. I also want to make a note, like, in moments where it can be challenging, in challenging moments, something like, it's like, oh yeah, when life is good, it's like, it's easy to be abundant, but like, it's in those moments, like, am I able to continue that and cultivate that? And then I have a note, spend 1 minute during 5-minute evening meditation, feeling abundance and visualizing it. But I haven't been doing the evening meditation to be able to do that, so yeah, not yet. And then, writing my most meaningful moments of the day. I've been pretty consistent with that, like, even without looking at the metrics. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's either 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 7. Like, it's pretty, yeah. And in my note, I have write at least 3 most meaningful moments of the day for 10 minutes, if daily, or if not, the next morning. So I don't even need the time metric, because it's almost like I write it and I want to write about the entire day. I'm not going to just shortchange myself. Like, I want to go be thorough with the day. So yeah, I've been consistent with that. So there's my update. Thank you for watching this. If you watched, if you listened to this, for tuning in. This is definitely to keep me accountable. And it's great. It's great to talk about my habits. So yeah, thank you. We'll see how I do next week. Definitely gonna focus on sleep this week. So if you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe to support this channel, feel free to do so. Until next time, bye!